You've worked your whole life for this. The kids are grown, the mortgage is done, and you finally got the time and a bit of money in your pocket to see the world. Maybe it's Europe. Maybe it's a long trip to visit family. Maybe it's just 3 months somewhere warm where your knees don't ache in the morning. And then someone says to you, "Mate, be careful. Centrelink might cut your pension if you're gone too long." And suddenly, the dream holiday has a dark cloud over it. Well, Gramps is here today to clear that cloud, because yes, there are rules, and yes, some of them can absolutely cost you money if you don't know them. But most of what you've heard is either out of date or just plain wrong. And there's actually a brand new rule change coming in 2026 that every age pensioner planning a trip needs to know about before they book a single flight. Let's go through it. All of it. Plain English. First, the good news. Your age pension does not stop when you leave Australia. Let me say that again because half the blokes I talk to think they have to cancel their trip or risk losing everything. Your base age pension continues. Full stop. As of March 2026, that's $1,200.90 a fortnight if you're single, or $905.20 each if you're part of a couple. That keeps coming, regardless of where you are in the world. What changes, and this is where you need to pay close attention, is the supplements on top of that base payment. Right, here's how the rules actually work, step by step. Week 1 to week 6 overseas. Nothing changes. You get everything. Full pension, full supplement, business as usual. Enjoy your trip. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The Federal Budget 2026 just announced a rule change that kicks in on the 20th of September 2026. Currently, after 6 weeks overseas, your pension supplement starts dropping. That's $86.50 a fortnight for singles, $65.20 each for couples. Under the new rule, you now get 12 weeks before that supplement is touched. Double the time. That's 3 full months overseas with your full payment intact. If you're planning a long trip, this is the single most important number you need to write down. 12 weeks, from September 20th, 2026. Now, what happens after 12 weeks? After 12 weeks, the pension supplement drops to the base rate, and the energy supplement stops completely. That's a real hit to your fortnightly payment. We're talking around $86 less per fortnight for singles. So if you're planning a trip longer than 3 months, and plenty of blokes are, you need to factor that into your budget before you go. And after 26 weeks, that's the 6-month mark, and this is where the rules get more complicated. If you've lived in Australia for at least 35 years during your working life, your base pension continues overseas indefinitely. You can stay as long as you like. If you haven't hit 35 years of Australian residency, your pension gets reduced proportionally. The less time you've lived here during your working years, the less you receive. Now, 4 things you must do before you get on that plane. Don't skip these. This is where people get caught. 1. Tell Centrelink before you leave. And I mean before, not from the departure lounge. Not when you land. Here's something most people don't realize, and the government certainly doesn't advertise it. The moment your Australian passport is scanned at the departure gate in Melbourne, Sydney, or any other international terminal, Centrelink's clock starts automatically. The Department of Home Affairs feeds that data directly into the system. They know the second you left. So the idea of quietly slipping out and sorting it out later? That door is closed, mate. You are legally required to notify Centrelink before you travel. Call 132300 or update through your MyGov account. Tell them where you're going and how long you plan to be away. Because if the system flags you as overseas before you've notified them and the payment continues, that's an overpayment, and Centrelink will want it back. Every cent. 30 minutes on the phone before you leave. That's all it takes. 2. Check your residency history. If you were born overseas and came to Australia later in life, or if you've spent long periods living abroad, your pension portability might be calculated differently. Don't assume you get the full rate. Ask Centrelink specifically about your situation before you book anything non-refundable. 3. Watch the 2-year rule. This one catches people completely off guard. If you recently returned to Australia to live and were then granted the age pension, there is a 2-year waiting period before your pension becomes portable. If you leave Australia within those 2 years, your payment can stop entirely. This is not a rumor, it's the law. Check when you re-established residency before you plan any extended trips. 4. Don't cancel your Australian address. If you're going away for months, do not close your bank account, surrender your lease, or do anything that looks like you're permanently leaving. Centrelink assesses your intention. If it looks like you've packed up for good, they can reassess your eligibility entirely. Keep your Australian life ticking over while you're away. Let me put the numbers together so you've got the full picture. You're a single-age pensioner. You leave Australia on the 1st of October 2026, after the new rules kick in. Weeks 1 to 12, you receive the full $1,200.90 per fortnight. Every cent, no reduction. Week 13 onwards, your payment drops by around $86.50 a fortnight as the supplement reduces to base rate. At 6 months, if you have 35 years of Australian residency, your base pension keeps coming indefinitely. That's the framework. Know it before you go, not after you've been sitting on a beach for 2 months wondering why your payment changed. The bottom line is this: Australia wants you to enjoy your retirement. The age pension was always designed to be portable, and the 2026 budget change is actually a step in the right direction, giving you 3 months instead of 6 weeks before anything changes. But the system still has traps. The 2-year rule, the residency calculation, the supplement cutoff. These are real, and the people who get hurt by them are always the ones who didn't ask the right questions before they left. So before you book that flight, one phone call to Centrelink, 30 minutes of your time. Tell them your travel plans, confirm your portability situation, and get it in writing. Then go and enjoy every single day of it. You've earned it.